Have you ever wondered why some men seem to effortlessly attract women while others get ignored no matter how hard they try? It's not luck, it's not money, and it's definitely not looks. It's energy, mindset, and presence. The kind of energy that makes a woman feel something she can't explain but can't resist either. Because attraction isn't logical, it's emotional, it's primal, it's instinctive. If you're ready to understand women on a deeper psychological level, if you want to stop chasing and start attracting, then you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button for more powerful mindset and attraction speeches that help you master your confidence, your purpose, and your masculine presence. Because once you understand the game of attraction, you'll never play it the same again. A woman's attraction to a man isn't born from what her eyes see. It's born from what her body and emotions feel. You can have the perfect smile, the best haircut, or the nicest outfit. But if your energy doesn't align with strength, confidence, and calmness, she won't feel that spark. Energy is invisible, but it's powerful. It's that subtle vibration you give off through your tone, your body language, your eyes, and even the way you breathe. Before you even speak a word, a woman is already reading you, scanning your presence to see whether you're a man who makes her feel safe and intrigued, or a man who feels uncertain and needy. What most men don't realize is that women are deeply intuitive. They can sense whether your confidence is real or a performance. They can feel if you're approaching from a place of abundance or from lack. When a man's energy says, "I hope she likes me," he's already lost her interest. But when his energy says, "I know who I am and I'm not here to impress, I'm here to connect," everything changes. That confidence hits differently. It's subtle, but it radiates from him. He doesn't have to say much because his vibe speaks louder than his words ever could. Think about it. There are men who walk into a room and immediately command attention, even without trying. It's not because they're the best looking, it's because they're comfortable in their own skin. Their energy is grounded. They move slowly, deliberately, like they're in control of their world. That kind of presence pulls people in. A woman doesn't consciously think, "He's confident," she just feels it. And feelings are what drive attraction far more than logic ever can. On the other hand, a man who's nervous, overly eager, or trying to get a reaction gives off a completely different signal. His body tightens, his tone rises, and his energy feels uncertain. That discomfort makes a woman's instincts pull away. Why? Because she's wired to be drawn toward strength and to avoid weakness. It's not cruel, it's primal. Throughout history, women have been subconsciously attracted to men who can handle pressure, who can remain calm in chaos, and who stand firm no matter what happens around them. That's why when you meet a woman, your focus shouldn't be on saying the right things. It should be on being the right energy. When your presence communicates peace, certainty, and self-respect, you automatically create attraction. You don't have to perform or pretend, you just have to own who you are. The more comfortable you become with yourself, the more comfortable others feel around you. And that comfort mixed with confidence is what makes women lower their guard and open themselves emotionally, and sometimes physically, without even realizing why. So remember this: women respond to your energy before your words. You don't attract with logic, you attract with presence. Master your energy and you'll never have to chase again. You'll naturally draw people, especially women, toward you, because your energy will make them feel something real. Confidence is one of the most magnetic forces in human interaction. It's not about being loud, flashy, or dominant. It's about having a quiet certainty in who you are and what you bring to the table. Women are naturally drawn to men who move through life with that calm self-assurance. It's not because confidence is sexy in the superficial sense. It's because it signals strength, stability, and security. When a man is confident, he doesn't need to prove himself. He doesn't need to convince anyone to like him. He simply exists in his own power, and that presence alone is enough to create chemistry. When a man walks into a room with his head held high, his posture relaxed, and his focus inward rather than scattered, he sends a subconscious message. I'm comfortable with myself. That energy allows women to relax in his presence. They feel safe around him because they can sense that his emotions aren't easily shaken. He's not affected by rejection, judgment, or the opinions of others. And that emotional control is deeply attractive because it shows strength. Women crave a man who can remain calm when others panic, who can stay steady when life gets chaotic. Confidence is that calm in the storm. But here's the truth. Real confidence isn't loud. It doesn't need validation or attention. The men who talk too much, brag, or try to show off are usually compensating for insecurity. True confidence is quiet. It's in the way a man listens more than he speaks. It's in the way he holds eye contact without flinching, how he stays composed even when a woman tests him, and how he doesn't rush to fill every silence. Those little moments reveal the depth of his self-belief. And that's what builds attraction on a deep emotional level. Women can instantly sense when a man's confidence is authentic versus when it's a mask. Fake confidence feels like tension. It's forced, overdone, and usually rooted in fear of not being enough. Authentic confidence feels effortless. It's the result of inner peace, not performance. And when a woman feels that, her guard drops. She feels drawn to him not because he's perfect, but because he's real. He doesn't need her approval, and that makes her want his attention even more. Confidence also creates polarity. When a man stands firm in his masculine energy, a woman's feminine energy naturally responds. She feels more open, more playful, more curious. She mirrors his energy because his confidence allows her to relax into her own softness. That's what creates chemistry, the balance between certainty and curiosity, between grounded strength and emotional openness. So, if you want to spark attraction instantly, don't fake confidence, build it. Work on your mindset, your body language, your emotional control. Accept who you are and where you are. When you can walk into any situation knowing you're enough, without needing to prove anything, you'll naturally exude the kind of confidence that makes women feel something powerful. That's the difference between being noticed and being desired. Desperation is one of the quickest ways to kill attraction. It doesn't matter how good-looking, kind, or generous a man is. If his energy screams, "I need your approval," a woman's desire for him will vanish instantly. Women are deeply intuitive. They can sense emotional neediness before a man even says a word. It shows in the way he looks at her, in how quickly he responds, in how much he tries to please her, or in how uncomfortable he becomes when she pulls back. Desperation repels because it signals a lack of self-worth. When a man is desperate for attention, validation, or affection, it tells a woman he values her opinion more than his own. And that imbalance destroys attraction. Attraction is built on polarity, between masculine and feminine energy, between pursuit and resistance, between desire and patience. When a man becomes desperate, he collapses that polarity. He gives away all his power and makes the woman his emotional center. Instead of being a challenge, he becomes predictable. Instead of leading, he's following her every move. And no matter how kind or well-intentioned he is, that behavior communicates weakness. Women might appreciate his efforts, but they won't feel attraction. They'll feel pressure, and pressure makes people pull away. A confident man never begs for attention. He never waits by his phone, refreshing messages or overthinking her silence. He understands that his value isn't determined by whether a woman likes him or not. He knows that attraction can't be forced, it can only be inspired. That's why detached confidence is so powerful. When a man approaches a woman with the mindset of, let's see if we connect, instead of, I hope she likes me, the dynamic shifts completely. The first approach shows abundance, the second shows fear. And women respond to abundance. They want a man who already has a full life, who isn't chasing validation, but simply expressing his authentic interest. Desperation often comes from scarcity thinking, the belief that beautiful, high-value women are rare, and that losing one means losing your chance at happiness. But the truth is, there will always be more opportunities, more women, and more experiences. The man who truly understands that never clings. He doesn't chase love. He attracts it by living with purpose and confidence. When a woman senses that he's emotionally independent, she relaxes. She feels that he's not trying to control the outcome, and that freedom makes her want to come closer. In relationships and dating, the less you try to make someone like you, the more they will. Desperation repels because it's rooted in fear. Fear of being alone, fear of not being good enough. But when you replace that fear with faith in yourself, everything changes. You stop needing validation because you already validate yourself. You stop chasing because you understand your value. And ironically, that's when women start chasing you. When you're content on your own, you become the prize. You become the man she doesn't want to lose. Mystery is one of the most powerful forces in attraction because it creates emotional tension, the kind of tension that makes a woman curious, excited, and even slightly uncertain. That feeling of not being able to predict what's coming next is what keeps her engaged. When everything about a man is revealed too soon, his feelings, intentions, availability, and even his emotional weaknesses, the mystery dies. And with it, attraction fades. Women crave emotional stimulation, not constant reassurance. They want a man who leaves them wondering what he's thinking, what he's doing, and what he'll do next. That curiosity is what makes her check her phone, replay your words, and imagine you when you're not around. The problem many men make is being too transparent too quickly. They express too much interest, reveal every detail of their lives, or show too much need for emotional connection before the attraction has even had time to grow. They think openness equals honesty, but in attraction, mystery equals magnetism. When a woman feels that she's figured you out too easily, there's nothing left to chase. Humans are wired to value what feels uncertain. It creates emotional investment. That's why the man who doesn't rush to explain himself, who takes his time replying, who shares pieces of himself slowly, creates a powerful sense of intrigue. He's not withholding to play games. He's allowing the connection to build naturally through discovery. Mystery doesn't mean being distant or cold. It means having depth, layers that take time to understand. It's when you don't expose your entire emotional world instantly, but reveal it gradually, through your actions and experiences together. It's showing confidence through restraint, not needing to overshare or prove your worth. When a woman senses that you're comfortable in silence, that you don't need her constant validation, she begins to wonder about you. That wondering is desire in its early form. Emotional tension is born in that gap between what she knows about you and what she feels about you. It's the space that allows her imagination to work in your favor. When you maintain composure, when you respond thoughtfully instead of eagerly, you're sending a message. You're not desperate for connection, but you're open to it if it feels right. That balance of interest and detachment is what keeps attraction alive. Women want to earn your attention, not just receive it effortlessly. Every time you maintain your boundaries, take your time, or hold back a little of your world, you give her something to chase emotionally. The chase isn't about manipulation, it's about allowing her to feel the excitement of discovering you. Mystery gives meaning to attraction. It transforms curiosity into desire and interest into obsession. When you master mystery, you stop trying to convince her, you let her imagination do the work. And that's when she doesn't just like you, she can't stop thinking about you. A man with purpose has a different kind of energy. It's grounded, focused, and magnetic. You can see it in his eyes, in the way he moves, in the way he talks about his life. He doesn't chase people because he's too busy chasing progress. He doesn't seek validation because he's already validated by his mission. That's why women find men with purpose so irresistibly attractive. It's not about fame, money, or success. It's about direction. When a man knows where he's going, he naturally commands respect and admiration. He becomes a leader of his own life, and that leadership energy draws women in on a primal level. Purpose gives a man depth. It gives meaning to his presence. When a woman meets a man who's passionate about something, his career, his craft, his growth, she feels his energy differently. It's not scattered or needy, it's focused and intentional. Women can sense when a man's world doesn't revolve around them, and ironically, that's what makes them want to be part of it. They want to connect with a man who has a bigger vision than just chasing attention. Because deep down, women are attracted to growth, to a man who inspires them to level up just by being around him. When you have purpose, you stop overreacting to rejection. You stop chasing every opportunity because your time and energy are valuable. You're selective not because you're arrogant, but because you have something meaningful to protect, your focus. That selectiveness communicates value. It says, I don't give my time easily because I'm building something bigger than myself. And that energy speaks volumes. Women respect men who protect their focus, because it shows discipline. It shows that you can lead yourself, and if you can lead yourself, she can trust you to lead a relationship too. Purpose also creates emotional balance. A man without purpose often looks to relationships to fill the emptiness inside him. He relies on love, attention, or affection to give him a sense of meaning. But a man with purpose doesn't need that. His fulfillment comes from progress, from challenge, from the pursuit of something that excites him. And because he's not dependent on anyone for happiness, he brings stability into every connection. Women can feel that independence. It makes them relax because they know he's not looking for someone to fix him or complete him. He's already whole. The truth is, purpose is the ultimate aphrodisiac. It's the invisible quality that separates men who chase from men who attract. When you wake up every day with drive and ambition, you radiate energy that's impossible to ignore. You don't have to talk about your goals. They show in how you move. Women are drawn to that energy because it represents strength, focus, and potential. So if you want to become the man women can't resist, stop chasing approval and start chasing purpose. The world and the women in it naturally follow those who know where they're going. At the heart of attraction lies one undeniable truth. Masculine presence awakens feminine desire. It's not about looks, money, or words. It's about energy. When a man fully embraces his masculine essence, he naturally creates a polarity that pulls a woman toward him. Masculine energy is steady, grounded, calm, and confident. Feminine energy is fluid, emotional, intuitive, and expressive. When a man stands strong in his masculine energy, it allows a woman to relax into her feminine side. She feels safe, understood, and free to express her emotions without judgment. That emotional safety is what allows physical attraction to grow effortlessly. A man's masculine presence is more than his body language. It's his emotional control. It's how he responds under pressure, how he listens when she speaks, how he remains centered when things get chaotic. Women are deeply sensitive to a man's emotional state. If he's easily rattled, defensive, or reactive, she feels that instability immediately. But when he stays calm, unshaken, and composed, she feels something powerful: trust. And trust is the gateway to desire, because no woman can truly feel attracted to a man she doesn't feel safe around. Masculine presence isn't about domination or control. It's about leadership. It's about being the kind of man who leads himself first. When you take responsibility for your emotions, your direction, and your life, you radiate strength. That strength allows a woman to surrender her guard. She no longer feels the need to lead, compete, or protect herself. She can simply be emotional, soft, and feminine. That polarity is where passion lives. Without it, relationships become flat because there's no energy contrast between the masculine and feminine. When you embody true masculinity, your actions speak louder than your words. You don't chase validation, you don't over-explain, and you don't react out of insecurity. You move with purpose, speak with certainty, and make decisions confidently. You understand that emotions are part of connection, but you don't let them control you. That balance between strength and compassion is what makes a woman feel both safe and excited. She sees in you the kind of man who can protect her without controlling her, challenge her without demeaning her, and love her without losing himself. The more grounded you are in your masculine frame, the more her feminine side awakens. She'll laugh more, open up more, and become more affectionate. She won't be able to explain why, she'll just feel it. Because attraction isn't built through logic, it's felt through polarity. When a man fully embodies his masculine presence, he doesn't have to try to attract women. He simply does. His energy speaks for him. So if you want women to feel drawn to you, focus less on saying the right things and more on being the right energy. Stand tall, stay calm, and lead yourself with confidence. The stronger your masculine presence, the more effortlessly feminine energy will respond to you. It's not a trick, it's nature. When you embrace your masculine essence, you don't chase women, you attract them.